gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, pull up a seat, cook up some popcorn, get ready to drink some tea, whatever the fuck it is you do to relax, because I'm about to give you a grand lecture in how pathetic cancel culture is and how it works. The Gaming Otter. Who are you exactly? This individual posted a video. Now, as you all know, last week, Abdallah had an telling stream that essentially boils down to marital issues. But there are some individuals out there, one in particular, that decided to make this way more personal than it needed to be when A, there's nothing they can do about it, and B, it didn't concern them in the first place, and then they decided to twist things to prove that they, again, have a personal, if not emotional, investment in this, and they have surely proven that they only want this individual canceled rather than any actual justice brought to said individual. Now, before we get to the suspects, no, I'll just call them people of interest. I'm gonna show you the only thing that was actually revealed, surely by accident, on Abdallah's stream in question. That's it. That's all that ever happened. Not only was this misinterpreted by these individuals I'm about to mention, but they decided to take it a step further and pathetically turn this into some kind of cancel campaign. And they seem upset that they're the only ones bitching and moaning about the personal matters of one out of billions of human beings on this planet. Now, anyone with brain cells out there can clearly see that this is nothing more than an unhappy marriage. Not to defend anyone here, but anyone who has any ounce of logic can clearly see that aside from her shooing Abdallah away from her, and you can clearly make out "don't touch me," there was no physical altercation here. He didn't bash her skull in or commit to any kind of abuse and bodily harm to this woman. But of course, this is the internet, so these particular individuals have to misinterpret things because that's their agenda, and they have to push that pathetic narrative because they literally have nothing but this to go off of, which is a whole lot of nothing. Now, in my previous video, I've already posed the question, who is Final Smokes exactly? They create an account literally this month, and their only tweets consist of getting on a fucking bullhorn trying to reach Keemstar of all people to cover this. But oh, trust me, it gets a lot better than this. So they seem only interested in creating a Twitter account, and an account for that matter, just to bring attention to something on the internet that clearly has gotten under their skin. Now, you tell me if that's them trying to bring justice to said individual, or is it your classic cancel campaign? Even better than that, they imply that we must take their word in what they claim is the truth about Abdallah. Now, no one knows anything about the situation, and this is just their word. If you're gonna create a Twitter account and write a tweet longer just to say that person has another side to them, what good is that? And that's essentially this entire tweet longer. And looking up some information to back up your narrative, like some NDA, anyone can get on the internet and do the exact same shit. It's just like creating a tweet longer and Twitter just to do what looks like something your typical cancel culture punks would do. Strengthen numbers. What leads me to believe this is another pathetic cancel campaign is that it's not enough to spread awareness, because to them, they think they're the heroes. No, we gotta get this on a fucking bullhorn. Bring down someone smaller that I choose to have a personal issue with by getting on the horn trying to attract the attention of someone much larger than I'll ever be, and even larger than Abdallah. So when people do shit like this, it really sheds light on their shitty character more than the person they call themselves trying to expose. The irony and the bullying, elitism, and hypocrisy of cancel culture. But then again, cancel culture is cancer. And now we have this guy, the Gaming Otter. If you think him actually taking the time to praise any stupid shit that comes out of this individual's mouth is something, I promise you again, it gets better than that. So yeah, him agreeing with this particular individual is one thing, but he mentions he praises this individual because he knows as much as he does from those few seconds in that clip from that stream. It's amazing how these thirsty ass leeches and clout chasers try so hard to cling to nothing. Sure, his thumbnail is proof that he's been around them, if it wasn't Photoshop, and at the same time he's giving his side of the story. Man, have I mentioned the odd convenience here concerning something that happened a week ago with just a few revealing seconds of footage? I don't confirm or deny anything because I don't know his personal experience, but I did question why he was so emotionally invested in these two individuals. It's like I said in this comment, if you find someone deplorable, normally you would distance yourself from them. This comment right here once again mentions the questionable personal investment he has, because that's another thing people love to do when they call themselves exposing someone. They mention shit that happened ages ago. But again, that's his word. And has anyone heard anything from Abdallah or his wife, by the way? Not to mention, once again, this particular individual making another triggered appearance and getting praised by the gaming otter here in said video. Jesus, almost like this individual is a classic clout chaser with a cancel culture attached to his ass through his child simp army. But ladies and gents, the thing that really shows me the true character of the gaming otter and people like him is the fact that he pulled the same shit this Final Smokes character pulled, but on a much grander scale. At John Scarce, are you gonna cover Abdallah's divorce? Here we go again on the internet bullhorn. Virtue signaling at Drum Alert. Cover this. Hashtag Drum Alert. Oh, look who it features at the quartering. You should cover Abdallah touching his wife when she confronts him on stream. He is getting a divorce. Really, dude? I wonder why none of these people have covered this shit. At Melly PYT, you need to cover this. Oh my, I wonder what he's talking about. At Tommy CSFTP, Merry Christmas, but I need a present from you. You should cover this. Abdallah is getting a divorce and got physical with his wife. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at the big bad wife beater. Has anyone called the cops yet? At Nicholas Diorio, you should cover Abdallah. He got physical with his wife. They're getting a divorce. At John Swan YT, you need to cover this. Abdallah got physical with his wife. They're getting a divorce. At Augie RFC, Abdallah's a wife beater. They're getting a divorce. At Mr. Edwin Costa, well, you get the idea. At Rakita Media and at Tybeard10, guess what the reason is? At Diva Marlene 70, Envision Gamecom, Abdallah Nation. Why is he harassing Abdallah? Which, by the way, is in contrast to your bullshit disclaimer in the video you made. Jory Morris, Christina Nina 19, Abdallah Nation, Shiny Hunter Nat, Abdallah Nation, Junior 242, Abdallah Nation, Tori V Pinelli, Abdallah Nation, Boogie 2988, Carl Jobs T Gaming. The list goes on and on and on. Hold up. Promote that tabloid headline that particular individual that he praised in his video made. I could do this all day. What is BX Beast Boy and YouTube gonna do about this? Not only is Abdallah living rent-free in your head, the gaming otter, but it's clear that you want this dude canceled. He hurt you bad because you chose to take something that never concerned you and that you could never do anything about personal. What truly is your issue with Abdallah? Because at this point, you're not trying to prove that Abdallah's the bad person here. You're proving that you have some kind of serious mental issues and unhealthy interest in Abdallah. Ladies and gents, as you clearly see here, cancel culture again is cancer. These people think they're heroes, but they're vigilantes. They get their punk asses together and they think that they're trying to bring someone to justice, but it's all insecurity. It's everything that they allow to disrupt what is clearly a meaningless life that they're living. At the end of the day, nothing was shown in that footage that did anything more than show marital issues. This is how shit easily gets misconstrued on the internet. This dude has an agenda against Abdallah and he has proven nothing more. At this point, the gaming otter, all you have done was completely destroy what little integrity you could have possibly had. How many acts did I read off of your Twitter feed concerning one dude? Do you really give a shit about Jess? And praising the tabloid journalist of the Pokemon community because, oh my gosh, he made a video. He's the only person other than yourself yourself and this particular individual tweeting about the same thing that happens to align with your narrative and agenda here. And ladies and gents, the best thing about cancel culture is how inconsistent these bullies, elitists, and hypocrites can only be. If it was any other wife beater out there that didn't have a big name on YouTube or any kind of social media at that, do you think these individuals would be covering those unknown people? I'm sure there are a lot of assholes out there, rapists, child molesters, you name it, but I don't see these fake ass heroes covering any of them. That's why, ladies and gents, I have the utmost disrespect for cancel culture. What they're doing is vigilantism. Vigilantism isn't heroism. It's mob mentality. They're bullies, elitists, and hypocrites, and they can't be consistent with their agenda and narratives that they can only push, despite pretending to be all for bringing justice to these evil people. At the end of the day, these motherfuckers need some serious self-reflection and see the irony of their cause. And that's why they will always be in the predicament they're in, hollering in their little bubble, in their little vacuum, like the vocal minority of cancel culture trash that they are. And above all else, it's all for personal gain. As long as they get the threat that they invented out of the way in their demented little brains, this is their way of serving justice. But in reality, they deep down see exactly why no one else is hollering and throwing a tantrum, and despite their best efforts, they are part of the problem. They call themselves exposing. I don't get it. With so much going on in mean old Abdallah's life, why is no one covering recent events? I can't quite put my finger on it. It's like everyone else minded their own fucking business and they weren't a certified cancel culture piece of shit clout chaser. Yeah, that's it. I don't see anything that implicates the criminal Abdallah in anything. Oh gee, must be my imagination.